Hey Capricorn, it's Germinate Tarot coming here to do, well now it's March 25th to 31st, reading for a general time frame. You'll notice that I'm down a germ because she is off doing fantastic things with her home and job and everything else, so she needs that to settle down and focus until maybe, she'll be back for mid-April. So you have to deal with me until then, so hopefully unbearable. Not changing the spread up. We're still going to do past, present, future with some stuff to think about and pop out some oracle cards, see how we're doing. Using Sacred Rose Tarot deck code. So Jeremy is here. She's always here. That's my germ. So we got a past. Let's hit it with some present. And this is March 25th to 31st. There we go. And then I would like, what is Capricorn thinking about? And what should Capricorn be thinking about? Well, they are quite busy cards today. We had the Five of Cups as the overall energy, so let's keep that in mind. Let's find out why. I mean, that's not doom and gloom. That's, I think, Capricorn's had a lot to chew on with Saturn coming back in their sign and stuff, and it's retrograde, and it's, Jupiter's retrograde in Scorpio. I mean, it's like the trifecta, in addition to like solar storms, all that jazz. I think Cappy's getting it pretty hard this time around. Alright, so we're doing Lenormands now. This is the Art Nouveau Lenormand. Super pretty, but very polite deck. They don't jump as much, so we may have to pull. Alright, can we get a present for good old Capricorn? No. Alright. Nope. You don't want to go. We're going to relax. We're going to shake it out. Not Taylor Swift. I think of Florence and the Machine. Shake it off, shake it off. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Now I would like some future action for Capricorn again. Alright, 3 wanted to come out. In the other readings, it's almost like they wanted to clarify themselves. Like, I have a story to tell, and you're going to tell it. You just be the facilitator, okay? Thanks. Do your job. You had one job. You had one job, Germ. Read the cards. We'll tell you how it's going to go. All right, we need a should be thinking about for Capricorn, March 25th to 31st, 2018. All right, we're going to loosen up. I'm going to get one. Just, nope. All right, crack in the neck. Sorry if you heard it. No, didn't even want. Oh, now you do. That's how we're playing it. Okay, let's start flipping, huh? Sun with the Devil. Coffin with Nine of Pentacles. Then we have Knight of Wands with Letter, Bouquet, Child. All right. What we're thinking about is Seven of Swords. What we should be thinking about is the Knight of Swords. What you're thinking about is the Anchor. What you should be thinking about is the book. So I'm going to do a quick, go through without clarifiers, get an overall vibe, and then we'll dig in. Sun with the Devil in the past. That's Capricorn. I think Capricorn, or if it's not Capricorn, maybe it's tendencies of realizing things that you're chained to, or habits that are not good, or things, maybe it's people you're surrounding yourself with. The light bulb kind of went off and you're like, this has got to change. Like, something's got to go. Because then you have the Coffin with the Nine of Pentacles. I think maybe you did have to, let someone go, because Nine of Pentacles is about being independent. And, standing in this beautiful garden you've built. You've put a lot of work into it. You're going to enjoy it, heck or high water. And the coffin is, you're closing that out, which is a good thing. Then we have the Knight of Wands with the letter, the bouquet, and the child. So maybe it is a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, that is coming your way, and that's good. But he's also, if it's not an actual person, this is kind of like, we call him the Good Time Charlie. It is a maybe one night standy type thing. Maybe it is just, hubba hubba. You're not getting a lot of commitment out of it, but maybe you don't want that because you want your independence. You're just like, thanks for stopping by. Because with the letter, you have this communication, and the bouquet is a visit or a gift. You could be going somewhere, someone could be coming to you, and there is a new beginning. It might start off, maybe you're just casually hooking up with somebody, and then like 6 months later, you're like, oh, what are you still doing here? Oh, you're sticking around? All right. God bless you. Then when it comes to what you're thinking, you have the anchor with the Seven of Swords. And the anchor is, I think in this case with the Seven of Swords paired up, it's being held down. It's just all this deception, and you're trying to figure things out, but it's dragging you down. It's a weight. So now what you have, with what you should be thinking about is the book and the Knight of Swords. The book is this knowledge that like you opened up and you're getting it. And the Knight of Swords is, who's around you, and you're taking action to change your surroundings, the people you're dealing with, the time you put into different things. You're moving towards what you feel is fulfilling. It's not, I need to do this because so-and-so, does this and blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is about you. I think this is very inward. I think someone comes in the future. I'm not getting a time on this guy. I mean, I think it's, a couple weeks going by the numbers here on the Lenormand. I mean, it might take a little bit, and I think it does start off casual and builds. But let's do some clarification. I want to find out what this devil is, whether it was Capricorn or whether it was the folks or situations that they wound up in. The world. Okay. Yeah, you're like, Capricorn definitely saw the opportunity to close up a cycle. Boy, did you ever, because there's the Ten of Swords. Like, we're done with this. I do want one on the Ten of Swords. I want to maybe a little clarification about whether it was a person or it actually was situation. Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, another 10, Three of Swords. So there were major hurt feelings, and it might have been with an earth sign. And the King of Pentacles, they have everything they want, and maybe there was some jealousy towards them because there's the Ten of Cups with it. Like, neener, I've got my stuff together. What do you have? What do you have, Capricorn? It's almost, jealousy, envy. Somebody was seeing what someone else had and was kind of eyeing it up. And it was maybe like a, hey, I want that. So Capricorn, I think, needed to make the change, because on the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups, which is, you're moving towards getting what you want. There is, I mean, if it's not an earth sign, I think, there's a water sign there. Ten of Wands. Or maybe this water sign is a burden to you, but you are taking on a lot, and you're doing it by yourself. And there's just one person carrying these 10 wands. Eight of Wands. We're moving into the communication phase, because then you have this. Maybe it's starting small. Maybe you are just chit-chatting with somebody. This could be somebody from work or whatever. Yeah, King of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. Maybe there was an air sign. Maybe they are kind of holding on to you with this Four of Pentacles. And maybe you are not fully ready to let go of things because there's that unsure portion. Okay, with the Lovers. So the air sign Gemini thing coming through, but, you know, there is this person hanging around that you're, I think, maybe phasing out. You know, because you don't want to let go because you don't know what you're going to get. You know, when you let go, you have empty hands. But if you don't have an empty hand, nobody can put anything into your hands to give it to you. So, you know, an open hand is not empty. It's just waiting to receive. So, Knight of Wands. I want to know about that. Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this is coming in for you. And, all right, that's a 3Z. But I think we're going to take it because we have Two of Swords. You know, this is Capricorn with their decisions. Seven of Pentacles, which is, you know, waiting, giving it time. And then Four of Cups, which means you kind of are not taking the first thing that comes along. You have choices, and if someone's giving you a cup with this Ace of Cups, you know, you're not jumping in. This Seven of Pentacles is like, you know what? I'm going to stick around and see how this grows. Two of Swords is, I'm not rushing in either. I'm going to think about it. You know, you have the blindfold, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad blindfold. I think it's maybe like, you know what? I can't see all this going on over here at the moment. I need to just Nine of Pentacles it up, do me a little bit, and then, you know, you may or may not take it or just let it take its time, which is always a good thing too. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, what you're thinking about. It's that whole, it almost feels like everyone else has stuff. Why don't I have stuff? Why don't I have stuff? Well, you know, you need to start letting go of stuff to have stuff. You know, give and you get. Seven of Cups, and it's almost like a disillusion comes to mind, but it's almost like you're realizing, like, no, that's not what I thought it was. This is not what's actually going on. My narrative is a little skewed. So, or someone else's narrative of your situation's like, I'm sorry, what? Then you have Three of Pentacles, which means, you know, you want to put the work in, you want to cooperate, you know, once you kind of get through this muck and mire. A lot of Pentacles. So maybe you are, you know, really kind of focusing on grounding yourself and getting it together, because the Six of Pentacles, that's a nice give and take energy. It's balanced. You're not, you know, going back and forth real hard on things. It's letting things grow. You know, you're not expecting those seeds you planted to just sprout and like the next day you have a garden. You need to tend to it and work on it and work on yourself maybe and feel comfortable. Because this Knight of Swords, you know, it's Knight of Swords, he looked kind of mean. Like, he's not a happy camper. And he's coming at you full frontal. It sounded bad, but you know what I mean. So, what you should be thinking about is this Page of Swords. And it's not a mature energy, but it is air and it is cutting. And, you know, I think maybe people do have their eyes on you. It's not bad that they have their eyes on you, but, you know, I think you might, you know, you should kind of wonder where people are coming from when they're coming at you, because you have the Nine of Cups. There's a lot of cups, you know, with this ace. You have the 10 up here where you're like done, and then you know, now you have the Nine of Cups up here, which is you're getting what you want. You know, you went from a Seven of Cups where you figured out what you wanted, and now all these cups are coming at you with good stuff. You know, that's what you should be thinking about, is what do I have going on that's going to bring this abundance? You know, because I think it's all within you already. Okay. How many pentacles does a Capricorn need? 8 of Pentacles, which is you're putting the work in. I said it. And then taking the action with the Page of Wands. This is, you know, moving forward. This is the actual physical doing, which is awesome. Because that Five of Cups energy that was on the bottom of the deck when we started, that's a lot of regret. It's like you have these cups, 3 are kicked over, you know, you're just kind of focusing on all this, you know, all the stuff that was in the cups kind of draining away. And that's not a good feeling. So I think, you know, if you take the time, balance out, you know, work through it, you are going to be able to move towards what you want. Now, I'm moving on to Lenormand, and I'm clarifying the sun. And we got the birds on top of the sun. And this, it's almost like things are so busy around you. This card, you know, the birds are supposed to be like internet communication and flightiness and stuff. She doesn't look happy that there's these birds like, you know, it's kind of makes me a little anxious. So, all right, there was someone, you know, if you're a gentleman, this is yourself. If this is, you know, you know, as a woman looking at a man, or a man looking at a man, someone's looking at somebody and is, you know, thinking like, oh, this is not like good. Like, I don't feel good about this, because I want to know what this coffin's about, where it's time to get out of Dodge. Oy. All right. The home. The home can be your stability and everything. It's also someone going within and being like, I'm going to be in here. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. Stay out there. You don't know my address. Because then you have the stork, and the moon came out, and the stork is change, and the moon is intuition and thinking, and, you know, kind of connecting with this, you know, part of yourself where you know, because you had the sun, the moon's the intuition. It is deep feeling as well, but it's also changing your perceptions. It's changing how you think about things, and, you know, that's not bad. So you have the change of mind. It's not change of heart necessarily, unless you take the cups into account. But that's more, I think, Capricorn figuring things out. I wanted to clarify this. So there's the snake. You know, I think maybe that's where the Four of Cups and, you know, the Two of Swords and everything comes in, because, you know, this bouquet and this child looks like a good deal, you know, and mirrors the Ace of Cups. But then there's this, you know, I'm going to wait this one out a little bit, because the snake, you know, snakes don't want to bite unless they have to. And I think that's what Capricorn might be waiting on, because it's what you're used to. That's what I feel like I got to say. Let me just get one more on this snake to see if it's you or somebody else. All right. The three, which is the ship in Lenormand. That is, you know, you might be longing for change and moving on, getting out, or you could want to go to this person, but you need the time. Ships take a while to get to where they're going. Once again, it's kind of like a slow and steady. You want the slow and steady. And like I said, you know, 6 months from now, however long it may take, 6 months is arbitrary. You'll just be like, oh, you're still here? Okay. You know, maybe I will take that cup from you. And I want to know about this anchor, of what you're thinking about, what you think was weighing you down here. The 10, which is the scythe in Lenormand, that's something had to get chippy chopped. You're thinking about these changes, you know, and you have the Knight of Swords and your Page of Swords down here. So there's a lot of cutting implements, and I think you're figuring out who is hitting the bricks with the fish. And the fish is deep emotions and figuring things out, but that is work. Maybe you are just saying, I need to get my finances in order. You know, that maybe that's what all the pentacles are about. I need to get my job in order. I need to really, you know, Nine of Pentacles it up for myself. I need to focus on me before I start getting involved in anyone else. Then let's find out what this book is about. Because that feels good. That's just, you know, knowledge. And she's contemplating. She's thinking. There's a block on it. I think Capricorn feels like, wow, this is hard, you know. This is difficult. Because you're at this, you have the mountains, then the crossroads. Well, you know what? You get over the mountain, The road's still going to be there. You know, the snow on the side has melted. I didn't notice that before. Like, you have a clear path. Someone plowed. You plowed right through it, Capricorn. Just motoring right through, because then you have the lilies, which is the divine timing kind of thing. It's just letting things do what they need to do. You are taking care of you. You're going to let everything else go around you. You know, you won't buy into other people's drama or what they expect of you. You need to take care of you first. So I want to find out what these romance angels say. I don't use them all that often, but they were calling. All right, 4 came out. I feel like I have to take them, though. I usually do 2. So, okay. I think this could be the one. Separation, express your love, and romantic feelings. Well, expressing your love would be romantic feelings. That's kind of like, okay. So, I think maybe you felt like you met the person, and then you do need to step back. That's that independence portion of the show. But then you are ready. You are ready to say, you know what? Like, this could be real. This could be something good. You know, I think maybe there was a false start. And that separation was good for you to get some insight into how you're working it out. You deserve love and past life relationship. Quick mention that karmic thing. It's a cycle and stuff, but you know, you do deserve love. So I don't know if you want to be like, no, I can't deal with this karmic action right now. I have a real 3D world to deal with here, and it's not your moment, karma. Ooh, that was aggressive. That doesn't sound like Capricorn at all. Knowing what they want, getting what they feel they got going. So we're moving on to the Vintage Wisdom Oracle for the Cosmic Pep Talk. And let's get 3s on that. 1. Surrender. Change. I think we've covered that. And then, ooh, 2 want to come out. Power and strength. Okay. Yeah, so you need to just go, all right, uncle, I give up. And it's not necessarily a bad give up. It's just like, I give up on this. I give up on this area, and I need to change, and you get your power and strength from it. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of internal stuff. Good things are coming for Capricorn. You just need to really be okay with just being with you. And that's not a bad thing. All right, like I said, Jeremy's coming back mid-April, so I will be talking to you solo at the beginning of April, and we'll see what's coming in the first half. All right, Capricorn, you be well. I'll talk to you later.